the most interesting. He was nearly identical to Carrot Top, and my eyes were hopelessly fixed to his shaggy coiffure, rendering me more hungry for carrot ginger soup with each passing minute. The band complained about being forbidden to sell their new CD in a public park. Brad Roberts joked about being on the doorstep of the financial capital of the world against a backdrop of soaring monuments of capitalism, yet not permitted to sell CDs. At some point I must have started to drift. As I half listened to songs like and He'd Like to Feel It, I became a little sidetracked, as the words go in their song, Swimming in Your Ocean. I thought about all the tired, huddled masses that passed through the fortress throughout the second half of the 19th century. I thought about ages of seagull poop, somehow at one with the concrete, and pyramids of cannonballs as salty summer filth. Then presiding triumphantly over generations of toxic runoff and foul language, the Green Lady herself, Wonder Woman. As a child, she would appear spectral in the night, while knowing nothing of declarations or revolutions, and believing the tablet in her arm was a pizza box. Thus, at the age of 5, I knew her only as the Statue of Delivery. As my mind drifted further away from enjoying the moment, I imagined New York City declaring war on New Jersey by firing upon their giant Colgate advertisement, like the firing on Fort Sumter, but much worse. This bitter, unprovoked act of war would eventually be chronicled in a 3-volume leather-bound series called Why? Blood and Thunder on the Hudson, with an introduction by Ken Burns, whom would eventually present it as a 57-hour PBS documentary. After the show, the band lingered outside the fortress to sign autographs. Carrot Top lit up a fat cigar that produced awkward billows of smoke. He seemed like a zealous touring musician rewarding himself for a show well played. Ellen Reed was pushing through a small crowd and carrying a box full of promotional copies of her debut solo album. My brother was bold enough to ask her if he could buy one, to which she answered with a firm and dismissing no. But just when I was thinking how bold my brother had been, I could see Johann talking privately to Brad Roberts at the entrance of the band's tour bus. They seemed to be getting on really well, and I could only watch from a distance and feel stunned, amazed, perplexed, etc. Pretty soon, science joined me and we both had a good hearty laugh. That was the day, forever enshrined in the harbor of harbors, we learned that reality might be made of vibrating strings on some invisible frequency of other dimension. But more importantly, in relevance to the fundamental questions of life in the universe, it was the day we learned Johann might be a Crash Test Dummies groupie.